rope climb. It's wet and my grip is shot. Ah! My knee hurts with every step. It's a bit of a struggle.
None of that was even the hardest part. This Spartan Beast exposed every weakness I had. Here's what I learned.
One of the biggest things I learned was that even though the distance is twice as far and there's only 5 more obstacles than a super, the effort is way more than twice the effort of a super. When you're on your feet for 5 hours instead of like 2.5, while yes, on paper, that is twice the effort, twice the time, it actually is way harder to keep yourself fueled, to keep yourself motivated, to keep yourself like going and on your feet for that long. That is just a different animal altogether. You're moving from like short time endurance and strength to like, man, this is now 5 hours. That's insane. And that's just a whole different animal that I don't think I was actually like that prepared for going in. And while I'm not sure that telling you that like you're not prepared for this is actually helpful, that is one of the things that I found as I was getting ready for this. And that distance and that effort not being linear brings me to the second lesson I learned, and it's that like smart pacing is super important. I started too fast, and because I started too fast, my knee blew up halfway through, and I was then limping and going even slower the rest of the way. And so it makes me wonder if I had trained pace better and if I had properly paced myself through the whole first half of the race, maybe my knee would not have died halfway through. And who knows, maybe I could have even had like a better time if I had gone slower and gone smarter. So lesson number 2 is pace properly, be smart about it, and don't overdo it. And if you want to get started this week but don't know where to start, link in the description to a free starter plan that'll get you moving and lifting and working out this week so that you can start moving toward capable today. Lesson number 3, your grip will be one of your biggest limiters. Train your grip like your life depends on it. Not only is it super useful in life because like you need to hold on to things and you might actually need to have like great grip strength in life to get things done, not only to get like daily things done, but also if you have to hold on to a child before they're, stepping in front of, a train, or just really dramatic, but also like if you need to carry things or carry a child a long distance, like your grip will give out because it's just like a lot of small muscles and it's a lot of forearms, and you don't usually train your grip accidentally. The same is true in Spartan races. There's a lot of overhead stuff. There's monkey bars and the Hercules hoist where you're pulling the rope, and there's bucket carries, and then there's the Atlas carry, and there's also like the multi-rig and the rope climb. Tons and tons and tons of grip related obstacles, and if your grip is not absolutely dialed, it will be the limiter for you in your race. I felt this because I felt like my grip was strong in the beginning. Monkey bars early on were okay, even though I missed a grab, and so I fell and didn't complete it. Hercules hoist, as I was pulling everything, felt really good. A couple others, grip felt good, but then by the time I got to mile 14, and I've got the multi-rig and the rope climb right there at the end, I almost just should have not attempted those because my grip was so shot that I just slipped right off. And I had no grip strength left to do those, so I had to take penalty loops. And those loops will kill you if you have to take them every time you come to a grip-related obstacle. So train your grip so that you don't have to add in all the penalty loops, and it will save you a ton of time as well as a ton of energy. And you might wonder, how do I train grip? I use a lot of dead hangs, but also I will grab kettlebells and I will just carry them for long distances with the grip like that, just carrying in my grip. Also do plate pinches, where in the gym I'll just grab weight plates. I'll pinch it between flat hands like this and just hold it. And sometimes I'll hold them out like this, just train different parts of the grip. And it's a lot of just finding ways to put your grip into fatigue and get your arms tired and just keep holding on. And you'll see as I do a lot of dead hangs, so you see I got calluses building up here, and that's just the sign that you're working hard. So train your grip like your life depends on it, because your race might. Nutrition and hydration was one that took me by surprise, because going in, I felt like I had a really strong plan and I had everything in my vest and I thought I was really dialed. I had tested all the food, the drink mixes, everything that I was gonna use, but ended up having some issues and had trouble like keeping track of where I was at and everything. So I had a great plan, but it wasn't very executable. Like, it wasn't very trackable and easy to make sure I got done, but that's a whole nother video in and of itself. But really, when I think about what the biggest lesson is that I learned during my Spartan Beast, it actually comes down to not training the body, not training the heart and the endurance, but training the mind. As I said before, those hours, they stack up. You start getting tired, it starts wearing you out, and you start failing more obstacles. You start racking up those penalty loops. You get cold, you get muddy, maybe you get hot depending on the season, wet, tired, maybe sore, maybe you fall. I slid down one wall and just like got this huge bruise down the side of my leg. And stuff that should be easy starts getting hard, and you start to wonder, why did I even do this? There's no way I can finish this. I'm not strong enough. I'm not fast enough. Like, it's taken me this long already. Why the heck would I keep going? All of those messages, those soundtracks, those like sound bites in your mind stack up, and they become so loud, especially if you're not with anybody, if you're not with a crew, if it's just you and the trail and the obstacles, those become deafening. And I remember there was a moment, I was post my mile 7 knee breakdown. I was limping and I was still really, really sore, and I knew I still had almost half the race to go. Looking at my time, I know that I'm not going to make my son's Spartan race start time, and I'm just like, I was so dejected. I was so like negative in my mind that I was like moving even slower than my knee was like making me move, because because my mind was trying to give up. It was telling me that I wasn't strong enough, that I wasn't fast enough, that I had already failed because I wasn't going to make his race. And so why even push any harder? Because what good does it do? Those mental soundtracks can be your biggest obstacle. And so you have to train your mind to fight against those. And honestly, I was a bit slow on the uptake. I lost a lot of time and stamina and like mental and like spiritual energy to these negative messages, these negative self-talk, these negative thoughts that were accompanying me on the trail. I carried them with me for way too long. For me, I got a win under my belt. I conquered like the bender, which I had failed in my race before, and I was coming back for revenge, and I just like easily got it this time. That was a big hit of like positivity in my spirit. And I was thinking, okay, I might miss the start of my son's race, but maybe if I'm fast enough, I can still see him cross the finish line. So that kept me going, and I recorded a message for him while I was on the trail to send to him later, just to let him know I was thinking about him as he was starting his race. And I kept going. Okay, I'm gonna go. I've got to find my family. Got to find my kid, because he's out there racing just like I am in the mud and the rain. And remembering why I am racing is what kept me going. Remembering that I've got to show him that I am a capable father, that I'm a capable human, that I can move past my comfort zone and become stronger and accomplish hard things, even when they don't go right. When my knee blows up halfway through the race, I can still push through, finish strong, and support him as he finishes his. So lock onto that why before the race. And your why might be to get a PR time. It might be to just run faster, stronger, whatever it is than you have before. It might be to finish. That was my why. That was my like driving factor with my first race, was just to finish. But deeper than that, I think we all have something that we're running toward. And maybe we're running toward better mental health. We're running toward better relationship with our bodies. Maybe we're running toward better physical health and longevity, and trying to avoid illness and other issues. Find your why. Turn it into something that's sticky that you can remember. I'm running for my kids. I'm finishing for my family, right? Find your why, find a mantra. And when that negative self-talk creeps in, you now have one phrase that you can drown it out with. You say it out loud, you say it in your head, and you just hang on to that until all of that negative self-talk goes away. And you don't have to carry it. Carrying your why is so much lighter than carrying all that negative self-talk, self-doubt, and insecurity. At the end of the day, if you think you're going to fail and you keep telling yourself that, you're right. So find your why. Craft a mantra to chant and say to yourself over and over again. Find it ahead of time and hold tightly to that when times get tough and the hours get long. You'll make it through. So now I'll ask you, what is your mantra or your why that's gotten you through your hardest race? I'd love to hear it. Drop it in the comments below. Until next time, go do something hard and become a little more capable every day.